So today's video is just going to be super brief. It's going to be extremely unscripted. It is very raw as far as this opinion is concerned. Really just a thought piece, if anything. But all in all, I just want to share some thoughts on a topic that I have talked about before in the past, and that is on the Resident Evil 2 remake. As many of you all know, if you don't know, I don't know if you're living under a rock or something like that, E3 is right around the corner. Last year we had the Resident Evil 7 announcement, and this year I think it's very possible that a Resident Evil 2 remake can be officially, or rather a Resident Evil 2 remake, the Resident Evil 2 remake that we already know is happening, may get an official reveal. And what I will say is this: if Capcom fucks this up, I am done with Resident Evil. I do not give a shit about what Capcom will do afterwards, because if they fuck this up, I just do not want to support Resident Evil at this point. All I really ask for when it comes to this remake is for Capcom to just not make this like Resident Evil 7. I just don't want this game to be like Resident Evil 7. I don't want it to be as boring as every other first-person horror game out there. I want this to be like some of the other Resident Evil games. Now, whether that be in the traditional fixed camera angle style or in the over-the-shoulder third-person style, at this point I don't really give a shit. I just want a game that is fun, that is decent. That's all I'm really asking for, Capcom. That's all I really want. But if you mess this up, I will drop this franchise. I will drop my Resident Evil video project like instantly, and just move on to other things. I will gladly move on to other things because quite frankly, I am fatigued from this franchise because of the stupid things that you have done over the past few years. But as it stands, I will wait and see if this game is at E3. I just hope that it can at least be something that I can enjoy looking at and something that I can be hyped about. But if not, I will drop it. I will drop this fucking franchise like no tomorrow. And it'll just end like that for me. I hope I don't have to. I hope I can be hyped about what you have to offer with Resident Evil 2 Remake if you do show up with that game. But, you know, only time will tell. So, in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. I know this was very unscripted, probably a very boring video, but I'd like to know what you all think. Do you think that Capcom will bring Resident Evil 2 Remake? Do you think they will heavily mess up on this? Or do you think that, at the very least, they will deliver a decent game? Not a game that will live up to the expectations or live up to what the original had built, but at least a decent game, decent enough to be an enjoyable remake, despite not living up to the hype.